Much needed win today. 3 points on the board. What a relief. I'm not going to lie. I was nervous coming into this game. It's a tough place to come, Burnley. So we done really well to get the 3 points today. Looking at the first half, well, if we start with the team selection, maybe raised a few eyebrows. Jose back to the tried and tested 4-3-3. Lindelof back in there with Smalling, and he started Fellaini. And to be honest, I could see why. I could see why he started him in this game. And he had a good game. Burnley are a tough team. They're big, they're physical. So that aerial presence did help us. And I have to, I criticise Fellaini a lot where it's due, but he had a good game today. Not amazing, but he had a good game today. First half, I thought we managed the game really well. They didn't have anything on us, Burnley. We was on the front foot first off. Luke Shaw was, going down the left. Alexis was trying to look lively. Lukaku's hold-up play was actually pretty good today. Jesse was buzzing around the place, getting into good areas, and we started on the front foot. He had a couple of shots early on, some wide. But I thought it was a really good first half performance. And we get the 2 goals. Lukaku on the score sheet, great header. Alexis cuts him, as he does, and finds him with the first header. And I thought that was really good today. Second half, I think it was about game management. We had plenty of chances to see the game out. See the game out, capitalise, 3s and 4s and 5s, and we didn't quite get that today. Alexis came off, and rightly so. I think apart from the goal that he contributed, that was part of it with the assist in the first half, didn't really get going. And it was good to see Marcus Rashford come on. And unfortunately, he went straight off again. I thought that was a really silly move from Rashford. He didn't need to do it, really. Yes, he took a kick. I think it was Delaney. He took a kick, don't get me wrong, but, we're 2-0 up. We're cruising in the game. And at the end of the day, he just needs to just leave it. He got sucked in. From where I was standing, it didn't look like a massive headbutt, but this is the modern game of football, and you can't be doing that, especially in this type of game. We're 2-0 up, we're cruising. Luckily, we managed to see the game out and even had chances to get 3s and 4s. But on a different day against a different side, it could have been different. But he'll learn from that. I like Jesse running straight in there to protect his boy, to try and get him away from it. But the damage was already done. He can't lean his head in like that. But the chances we had after that, Lukaku, I maybe thought Lukaku should have maybe took that penalty just to get that hat-trick, get that confidence up. But he had another chance after Pogba missed the penalty, unfortunately for him. When he went round the keeper, and it looked like it's a certain goal. I was already celebrating before, but he missed again. So I'm not going to get on his back too much because, he scored 2 goals and he worked hard and he held the ball up well today and kept possession of the ball. But he's got to start getting more clinical as the season goes on. Tottenham have lost today, which banners on them, talking like they won a trophy by beating us last week. And they go and lose to Watford, which I say is our next game after the international break. That just proves what a tough game that will be, beating Spurs there. But we're speaking to the fans today. What I did notice today, and I have to be honest, in the away end, they sung Mourinho's name almost the whole way through the game. They're very much behind him, these faithful today here anyway. And Mourinho was very reactionary to that. Like, he came out loads of times, waving the hand, thank you for the support every time they sung his name. And by and large, the fans I spoke to today, look, we've won, so it's very difficult to sometimes judge the true opinion, because when we lose, you get a lot of people, Mourinho out, this, that and the other, which is about opinion. But today we've won, and near enough everyone I spoke to backs him. I did learn a lot today from some of the fans that I spoke to in terms of although you might think that there's a lot of Mourinho out, which there could be. There is. I've seen it. I speak to fans who do that. But there's a hell of a lot of people who support him. And I have to be honest, they do. The fans I spoke to today said, look, just keep giving him time. Keep encouraging. Stick with him. And a lot of them blame Ed Woodward for what's going on. And that's a debate that we have a lot of the time. And I'm sure we'll go on to keep having that debate. For me, all of that aside, we just had to get the 3 points today. The confidence was low. I think if we would have lost here today, which would have been unthinkable, or even drawn, it would have been unthinkable. The meltdown, the pressure on the players. And I think the players today, they showed that, obviously they can put in good performances, we know that, but they showed that the mentality was right today. We saw in the Brighton game, players' attitude's not right, mentality not right, which was poor. But today, it was spot on. And I think that's testament to them players trying to get their heads back on it. International break, it's going to be a tough game when we get back against Watford, and we really needed to get that momentum. I think we're in a good place right now. Well, I say that after one game. Am I being a bit flip-flop? I probably am. It's one game. Let me get back to reality. It's one game. Can't get ahead of ourselves. To be fair, the Burnley that was out there wasn't the Burnley of the last couple of years. They look like they're absolutely struggling. They've been playing in the Europa League. So realistically, we did what we should have done today. We should have got that win, and we had to. But the main thing is 3 points on the board, and we go on to the international break with Watford straight after it, which would be an even much more tougher game than that. Win that, A lot of the top 6 are playing against each other, so we've got a lot of winnable games coming up, and we need the points on the board to try and rectify the previous defeats. Let's go. Thanks for watching, guys.